Hi, I'm Lim, also known as DJ Bunga. I think the first time I ever saw a pair of Air Max 95 was maybe back during my first visit to Japan in 1996, 97. Yeah, I think it was at the time I was working for a Japanese record company, and I was sent there for work. And I just started seeing this pair of really interesting shoes, and I didn't even know that it was a pair of Nike until I got back to Malaysia. And then it's back in the days we don't have the internet, right? So basically there was this Japanese magazine called Bunga, which is basically like the Bible for anything related to streetwear. And during that time is basically the golden age of so-called technical runners. So the more complicated, the more ugly looking the shoe, right, the more people will like it for some reason. But the Air Max 95 was really something different, you know. It was really clean. It didn't even look like a Nike shoe at all. There was no branding, no swoosh or anything, so that really caught my eye. And then I later found out that because, you know, Japanese celebrities like Takuya Kimura was wearing them, the resale market for a pair was like 5,000 ringgit a pair, and people were actually getting robbed in Japan for their shoes. So that was how crazy it was back in '95 when the shoe first launched in Japan. Yeah, so that was my introduction and then I started seeing it in the magazines. So that was how. So this is still the number one colorway for me. This is the OG colorway. It's just super clean and super simple, and it just pops out. Look at the neon. Right back in the day, you don't see a shoe like this anywhere. So number one is still this pair for me, the OG colorway. And then second favorite pair, which unfortunately has already died due to Malaysia's humidity, is the MX95 Stash. Okay, I'm very hesitant to get a replacement pair because most pairs by now are actually unwearable already. Even the ones that I see on eBay or wherever. The only reason why I will even consider getting a pair is if I can see them in person to make sure that the air bubbles are still okay. So this one, actually the air bubbles are still quite alright. It's just that the sole has already started peeling off, and unfortunately with this kind of build, right, there's nothing much you can do. It's not like you can do a sole swap or anything. So I mean, but the uppers are still fine, I think. So maybe one day, I don't know. I hope they reissue this colorway. The third one. Now you guys might look at this and like, isn't that the same as the first original colorway? No, it's actually it's called the Meta prototype. Basically, this was the prototype pair that was sampled before the original 95. Neon 95 was featured. So you see in the original, right, the tongue is actually black. It's different. See, there's no coloration between it's basically entirely black. And basically the geeks at Meta Sneakers actually decided to do this, and it was actually quite a limited release. I think it came out like about a year and a half ago. And by the time that people got wind of this pair, right, it's already sold out to all the hardcore 95 stickers. I was lucky enough, I had a friend in Japan who helped me get a pair, and he said it was still lying around when he went and bought it. Should have bought like 2 pairs. Hoarders, right? Yeah, but yeah, I really like this pair, so I've been wearing this pair quite often.
About the shoe,
okay, well, first of all, the box. OG box, always nice. So I have something different than the other generic stuff. Okay, interesting. The soles, basically it's a Frankenstein shoe. Let's put it honestly. You don't call it the Wonder for nothing, right? But I think interesting pair. Build looks quite okay, and frankly it's very hard to up a shoe as classic as the MX95. And I think even though there's 4 different shoes colorways mashed up into one, it still looks alright. It still doesn't look like totally like a crazy shoe like the Dunk, which I would not wear basically because it looks more like a clown shoe to me. But this one, they still, I mean, because the base is grey, right, so it's actually quite yeah, it's actually quite easy on the eye actually. Because obviously the only way that you can really tell is actually different is if you look from up above, right? If you look from the sides, you probably can't tell it's actually like 4 different colorways. You know, it is an interesting pair. I'm not sure whether we'll buy multiple pairs to keep and wear. Probably buy a pair just for collectible purposes. But yeah, I think it's kind of interesting what they did with this. I'm looking forward to the more OG colorways actually. Yeah, like the grapes, you know, like the slate blue. And if you can't be bothered to collect all 4 OG colorways, right? You can just buy this pair and get it done. 4 for the price of 1. So imagine, yeah. But I will still get all 4 colorways if I have the choice.